What's up, my pilots? Vloggy Poncho here. Today's January 27th, 2024, and I have a Theodore in my lap. Just the paws reaching in from off screen. Yes, you are so wonderful, my lad. We'll start here with the habit tracker screen. Today has been a little slow, but you know, the way I see it, any day over the monthly percent is bringing it up. Of course, that percent includes a bunch of zeros at the end, so I probably need to adjust that formula a little bit. Ugh, Theo, don't use your claws on me. You can make biscuits, but don't grab my skin with your tiny daggers, okay? Let's do the connections today. Oh, immediately I'm like, the things you combine to make Captain Planet. Fire, water. No. All right, what do we got here? Mind, watch, and tend and guard all mean very similar things. Keeping an eye on stuff. Does anything else fall into that category? Smart, courage, wrong, wrist, answer, home, sting, brain, tube. Nope, go for it. All right. What else have we got up here? Heart, brain, wrist. I was going to say body parts, but no. Two. Two. What? I don't know. Let's go on a tangent. So I've talked previously about how I've found a way to be, moderate and have healthy alcohol consumption. And I wanted to give you all an example of that. I'll show you what I'm drinking tonight. This is the party for tonight. 3 of these Jim Beam shooters. This is sort of like when you go through the checkout aisle and you get one of those like 99-cent, well, they used to be 99-cent bag of chips, and you take that and like snack on it later that same day, instead of buying the like economy-sized family bag that has like 4,000 calories of chips in it, and then you eat that over like the next 4 days. It's like, if you actually will get like an amount that's good for you to enjoy, like a nice buzz, but not so much that you're going to make yourself sick or have a hangover, then just buy that amount, the day of the party or whatever. For me, for someone of my weight, this is a happy night in playing Minecraft. This is not a party. It's not trying to get drunk. It's just get a little buzz, punch some blocks, and have a nice evening, Ever since I started watching that, there's a user on TikTok who follows the World of T-Shirts account and tracks his alcohol consumption. It's I think his ad is like World of Alcohol Tracker or something like that. For those who don't know, the World of T-Shirts guy is this fellow named Josh. He's like 22, lives in Manhattan, and is an alcoholic. And he documents it without apparently realizing it. He's totally in denial. He'll post multiple videos every single day of him drinking tons of alcohol. And so this account was made where this guy literally just tracks how much he posts himself drinking and figures out like what his BAC was throughout the day and stuff like that. Learning how those calculations worked gave me a better understanding of like how much, if you get one of those like 8%, Twisted Tea Tall Boys, very common on that channel. How many beers is that? Like how many drinks is that? It's like 2.5, depending on the percent. And so, a lot of times stuff you get served at restaurants. There was a video he did on this where the stuff you get served at a restaurant, they did this survey of all these different bars and restaurants, and they ordered a bunch of different drinks and measured how much alcohol the bartender put in. And I guess they accounted for some variables and then figured out, like, well, if you go to this place and you order a margarita, it's actually like 2.5 drinks. If you go to this place and you order a Jack and Coke, it's like 1.25 drinks. And by drinks, I mean like standard alcohol units, like 12 ounces of 4% beer, 4 ounces of 15% wine or 11% wine, whatever it is, or like 1 shot of liquor, like the standard amounts. Because it helps you realize things like this is not 1 drink, because this is about 50 mLs and 1 drink is about 35 mLs. So this is about 1.25 drinks. So the 3 of these together are about 4 standard drinks, which for me is a nice Saturday night. If I was going to go out clubbing or something, which I don't do, I would drink more. And if I was going to have to, I don't know. Well, really, if I was going to have to do anything important, I wouldn't drink at all. And I have a strict rule of, this is something you should do too, I do not drive on the same day after having a drink, even if it's one or two. No tolerance for potentially inebriated driving, even if it's only a marginally, like tiny, like 0.01 or whatever BAC. No. For a few reasons. One, shit's dangerous. Two, in Texas, there's actually a law against it, where if you are in a collision or driving erratically or doing something else that causes you to get pulled over with cause, so like you run a stop sign or, turn from the wrong lane or something like that, something where they have cause to pull you over and be like, hey, you're a bad driver, and then you blow anything other than a 0, you can get a lesser charge than a DUI. It's like driving, instead of driving under the influence, it's like driving while intoxicated or something like that. And I don't think it's as bad as a DUI, but still, it's like a special crime just for being that kind of dumb. So, yeah, never doing that. But like if I was going to go to, let's say like a wedding, that's a good example. Somewhere where they have an open bar, but I'm going to be meeting lots of people and talking to like people's grandmas. Like I don't want to be sloppy at a wedding, I want to be, maybe I'll have a couple drinks so I can have some fun on the dance floor, relax a little bit, but then we'll sober up and just kind of talk to people and relax for the rest of the evening. And obviously have a designated driver. Anyway, just some philosophy for healthy living. Let's get back to this connections. Heart and courage kind of being the same thing. Well, none of the others seem to fit that category. I'm always going... Is it actually the things they wanted in Wizard of Oz? Didn't I suggest that as a joke like a week or two ago? It is! That's amazing! Oh, I love that. I have a weird fondness for the Wizard of Oz. Ask Majora about it. Oh, hi Theo. He's just peeping in down here. Let me pan you down a little. You can see my beer gut and my cat. That's my boy. He's a good lad. He's rumbling too. He's having a nice purr right now. I feel like people are going to see my new Minecraft skin and be like, what are those red lines? I wear suspenders now. It's a side effect of getting as fat as I've gotten. Yeah, what a good lad. Theodore has this new routine that he does where in the morning he's Mr. Bossy Independent. And in the evening he's Mr. Needy Cuddlebug. And I kind of love it. Like, first thing in the morning, he's yelling at us to take him outside because he gets supervised time in the yard. It makes it sound like he's in maximum security prison. Supervised time in the yard, 1 hour per day. But that's basically how it works. We don't let him outside unsupervised because he'll get in trouble, get in fights, get somebody pregnant, kill a bird. Who knows? Well, he's not getting anybody pregnant, but the other 3 he could. So we supervise him. And Saluna does it too. She has a great time out there. It's tons of fun. I'm going to bring you back up because he's not being as photogenic right now. But, yeah, so he's super bossy about it. And then as soon as he comes in, he's like, you better feed me. He'll start complaining. He'll go sit by where the food goes and yell. So he gets his breakfast. He gets his stuff. He checks everything out. If you take a shower, he will wait outside the door after your shower and yell. Or he'll put his paws up on the door and you'll hear the door like rattle in the frame a little bit. That's him saying, let me in. He wants to come in and re-scent you and be held while you're still like wet and naked. He just wants to re-scentify the humans. And I didn't know this was like a dominant cat behavior because that's something Mr. B used to do. And I always thought it was so sweet. But I didn't realize that it wasn't just Mr. B being a sweetie. It was also him saying, you're my person, and I got to make sure everybody knows you belong to me, so here's my scent to mark you. And now that Theodore is Alpha Cat, he started doing it, and I'm so proud for him. He's got a promotion. I'm so happy. Anyway, Let's get back to this. We only got 2 categories left. Wrist, burn, sting, ache, and smart all mean hurts. Different kinds of hurt. Wrist, answer 2 wrong. Wrong way? 2-way? No. Wrist watch. Wrong watch. Wrist. No idea. Burn, smart, sting, and ache all mean pain. Let's try that. Okay. What is this last category? Wrong answer to wrist. Wrist. What am I not seeing here? What else can you do with what else goes with a wrist? So it's a joint? 2 joint? No. I don't see joint answer. All I can think of is like wrist watch, but I don't see 2 watch, answer watch, or anything like that being related. Is there another meaning of the word wrist? Not to be confused with rest. W-R-E-S-T, I guess? Like he wrested the knife from the attacker's hand. It means that it's like wrestled. It might be actually like a shortened version of wrestled. Probably etymology is related. Anyway, it's not that kind of wrist. And obviously it's the last category. I'm not picking it until I figure out why. Answer. Okay, so multiple. Two what? 2 chains. 2 strikes. Wrist strike. Wrong. This is perplexing. This has got to be the hard one, right? Yeah, okay. Answer. What the fuck is this category? Alright, I'm going to show you all the image for the end of the video, and then we'll come back to this. This one's classic. If you haven't seen it before, oh, you're in for a treat here. This is a Craigslist ad from April 2008, titled Charge Up and J.O. 38, Houston. So posted by a 38-year-old person from Houston, Texas. And he says, the crystal I wear around my neck contains an essence that gets recharged when I jack it with a bro who also has a crystal. Gives me confidence at work, home, social situations, etc. Nobody knows it's a J.O. crystal but me and my bros. I've seen it glow white while jerking it with a bud. That's how I know this is real. You can come over for as long as you want, but I need a picture of you, preferably wearing a crystal before I waste my time. And then these were the attached images. Just like, I don't. This is like internet history to me. This is something that you need to see. This is a real post. Craigslist was a fucking wild website back in the day, man. Oh man, this this has become the source of so many inside jokes with different friend groups that I've had, where people will be like, "Bro, you want to come over and charge crystals tonight?" Or, "Oh, I can't, man. I gotta stay home and charge my crystals." And nowadays, there's all this weird, like, pseudoscience, like, Wiccan, like, witchy shit about, like, crystals, where, like, kitschy girls will, like, collect different crystals and, like, oh, the crystals have different energies. And every time someone talks about that, I'm just like, oh, you gotta hang out with a bro and charge up your crystals? This will never not be funny for me, man. Oh, goodness. All right. Whew. Let's see here. What the hell is this last category? This is so strange. Wrist. Something near a hand? Things adjacent to hands. Things adjacent to arms. Things that bend. Things with hinges. Things you can break. Things you can sprain. Parts of the body. Wrist watch. What's the Latin for wrist? I don't know. There's like ulnar and radial for the bones. And then you have carpals and metacarpals for the bones in the hand. I guess there's no bones in the wrist because it's a joint. Carpal, like carpal tunnel, you know? I don't see that coming through here. No. Wrong could be an adjective for incorrect, or it could be a verb for to wrong someone, as in to do them wrong. You can't wrist somebody. Well, I guess you could. Ah, I got it. Man, woman, TV, camera. Nailed it. If you don't get the reference, don't look it up. Man, after that high of the Wizard of Oz category, this is just disappointing. What are we looking at here? Is it something like... it's words with silent W's. Yep, got there. All right. We've done it, everyone. Hope you're having a great evening. Good Saturday night. I'll see you tomorrow.